Hi, it's me, Daphne. Welcome to my channel, and today's video, I'm going to be talking about the goals I have for my reading for 2025, as well as the goals and steps I'm going to take for my channel in 2025. I know a good fair of us on booktube are also booktube content creators. Like, we're all contributing to this wonderful community. So I think it's fun to talk about what we want to do with our reads, as well as what we hope to do for our channels and get ideas from each other. I know I enjoy hearing what other people do, what their processes are, and what their plans are for the year. So let's dive into mine. I will start off by saying I started a new, fresh bullet journal for 2025. In the past, I've done a combination bullet journal of just like life, work, and content creation, but this is going to be exclusively for content creation, which is obviously primarily YouTube work. So I added these little stickers that I had left over. So it just says, read a good book. So yes, that's the plan for 2025. Hopefully lots of good books are read. I've been up late, like working on trying to organize for 2025. I was kind of lazy with 2024, posting sporadically, not consistent every week, maybe like every 9 to 10 days on average. But I want to fix that. But before we go into all those details, and maybe I'll show my little raid log that I've got going on, let's talk about reading goals. So I've listed them in here. The first thing I want to do for my reading goals is to read at least 3 books off my physical TBR a month. I have an entire bookshelf. The bookshelf behind me is completely full of books I have yet to read, except a few, maybe like 3 or so, because they're first books in a series and I've kept the series together. And I'm probably gonna reread those first books anyway, so they're still on my TBR technically. And I just think that is not the way I wanna live anymore. I found a lot of serotonin from collecting books this past year in 2024. I don't want to buy any more books until this is under control. I rather read the books that I have, unhaul some books, and then bring more into my life. I can't just keep adding physical stuff into the apartment without a good reason. So this shelf needs to be tackled in 2025, and a good first baby step is committing to at least 3 physical books off this TBR per month. Next, I want to read at least 2 books off KU per month. I tend to read shorter books on there anyway, and if I'm going to pay for the subscription, I want to continue to use it, even though I'm prioritizing my physical collection. I don't think that will be a problem because I read a lot of KU as is, and I just wanted to have that noted down as a conscious decision. Next, I want to read at least 1 book of the month book per month. I have that on there because this shelf is full of book of the month books, and even a little bit down here, and I'm just like not picking them up. But I have found a lot of success in some of my book of the month reads where I've been pleasantly surprised. It's forced me out of my comfort zone, and I really appreciate that about this service. Plus, again, I get a little bit of a serotonin hit when I get to purchase a book off their site, though I do utilize my skips. Okay, I don't necessarily buy one every month, and I'm feeling guiltier about collecting. So yes, I want to keep that at the forefront of my mind to read down my book of the month collection, at least 1 a month. I don't think that's asking too much. Hopefully I'll read more than just 12 in 2025, but baby steps, okay? We don't want to overcommit. We're just trying to build good habits. And then speaking of good habits, I want to read every day. I pretty much read every day as it is. Sometimes it's only a couple pages, but again, I just want it to be like a nice habit. I tend to carry my Kindle with me wherever I go. I'll switch into carrying a physical book with me everywhere I go. I tend to read before bed, but I don't want to like stay up super late. I really got to get my sleep schedule right, but I want to maintain that habit of reading every day. I'm nearly reading every day. I'm pretty sure I read every day, but we're just writing them down, okay? We're just writing it down. And then the last reading goal I have written in my journal is just prioritizing my monthly TBRs. You'll see as I continue on with my channel goals, I have a lot of ambitious video ideas, and because I'm a booktuber, obviously I have to read books for those ideas for the most part. I'm gonna build my TBR around my video plans and schedules and stuff like that, so I need to commit to the TBRs that I write out each month, which some months I do decently and other months I just do whatever I want and say, forget the TBR, which is fine. You know, I want to mood read, but I want to be a little bit more intentional as a booktube creator and strategize my reads and follow my monthly TBRs. It seems obvious. It is obvious. It's just executing, okay? Executing things can be challenging. So those are all my reading goals. So let's move into channel goals. The first one has been a big hurdle in 2024, but I'm gonna do my best in 2025 to rectify that. And it's posting consistently, at least once a week. And I feel like in 2024, towards the end, I was getting better at posting once a week. Like I'd post in a given week once, but it wasn't always a 7-day cycle. And I wanna fix that because I think the YouTube algorithm would treat me a wee bit better if I did. I don't have any evidence on that, and I feel like everybody's always talking about the algorithm this and the algorithm that, but like I'm not even giving it a fair shake by not posting consistently in that 7-day cycle at a minimum. So that's the plan, and I'm gonna have my calendar and my scheduler and my raid log and all the things to support that mission on top of my regular work, my social life, my fitness goals, and my downtime. This is something that I talk about with my therapist a lot. It's just like trying to organize my life and prioritize the things that I want to prioritize. It's just like always going through my brain, like how is it possible there are too many things? I just get overwhelmed and then I freeze. So trying to combat that, I've been having a bit of panic about all the things I hope to do, but we're gonna do our best. And let me know if you're panicking or if you're super hype, and let me know how you're doing it, okay? How are you managing? How are we all doing this? Because I'm really trying to figure it out. I mean, I do well in my normal job, but it's different when you're your own boss and you have to like be accountable to yourself. It's different, okay? This YouTube game, committing to myself, is different. I'm trying to transfer all my project management skills from my normal job into this bookish stuff to give myself the best possible chance in 2025. And then hopefully they'll become fabulous habits that I can take into the future. Next, I want to commit to doing at least some kind of work on my content each day. I think it will be necessary to do at least a little something each day with how, at least especially in January, like I have a lot of content I hope to post in January, but like if I'm gonna be posting at least once a week, maybe even twice a week, no promises on that, I would need to be doing at least a little bit of something each day. And I think that will also help spread the load, so I'm not necessarily needing to spend 3 hours editing in one night. I can do a little bit here and there, and that will make it easier when the time comes to post. Building that habit of doing at least a little bit of something on my YouTube work, whatever, content, Instagram, whatever, each day should help me build a good habit. And I'll be thinking about what's upcoming so I don't post things late. Hopefully. My next goal is to execute my bookish video series ideas. So I have a ton of series ideas and like obviously video vlog ideas that are one-offs and tags and stuff that I'll plan and put into this schedule, but I have some video series that I particularly want to attempt in 2025. There are kind of a lot of them. I don't know how many iterations I'll be able to get out in a given year, but at least to kick them off and see where it goes. So I have my little tracker up with my categories, and I can tell you some of the series ideas that I have. Currently, I have 5 video series ideas that I'd like to execute in 2025. The first one being book series binges. So I've done that in the past where I just read all the books in the series in like a month. And I mean, usually it's only 3 books, right? So I read Abby Jimenez's series just for the summer, was the 3rd book in the series. I read Part of Your World, Yours Truly, and Just for the Summer, like back to back to back. And I really liked that experience. I got to know the author a lot better and really dive into their writing style and their world and stuff like that. So I have a ton of series that I physically own that I want to binge, but I just didn't make the time for it in 2024. So this is a bit of a selfish project that I want to do because I think binging series is my preferred way to read. So I think if I transform it into video content, it'll just go hand in hand. Let me know if you have any ideas or preferences on how I deliver that. Currently, I'm thinking 1 video per series binge. I think that makes the most sense. Let me know if there are any series that I own that you'd be interested in. Like I have the Poppy War, the 5th season, the Bronze Horseman. I have the first 3 books in that Kresley Cole vampire series. I have the first 3 books in Game of Thrones. I have Keeping 13 and Binding 13. I have Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. So some of them I already have plans for. Let me know if you think I should utilize my Discord book club channel again for this project potentially. If you want to participate along with me on some of these series binges, we can like chat together in there. I don't know, just ideas. We'll see. I'm open to whatever you guys want to do. Otherwise, I'll just do it as a solo act and then I'll share it to you via video format, per usual on the YouTube space. I also want to do a video series of my 5-star predictions. I think this will really push me to read the books that I'm scared to read because I really want to love them. I want to do a video series of intimidating books. Again, another reason to push me into reading books that will probably live on my TBR forever because I'm scared of them. I want to do a video project on a book of the month clear out. So again, like I said before, I have so many book of the month books. I think adding them into a series would be really fun. And I think it would make a good place for people to see which book of the month books I think are worth buying. And then the last video series idea I have titled Shelf Worthy, which is basically a read it or unhaul it series. So that series would basically determine which books deserve to be on my shelves, like which books are worthy of living on my shelves, because I have a ton of books that I'm kind of like, about that I just own and they just live at the very top of my shelf, but it's like, do they even deserve to take up space there, or should I unhaul them and give a book that I'm more excited about or a new release the opportunity to live in my home and be loved by me, you know? So is it shelf worthy or not? I think that's super cute. I haven't heard anybody else call it that, so dibs on that, don't steal it from me. But yeah, that's my like read it or unhaul it series, and I'm really excited about that too, and I think it will again push me to read books that I would otherwise ignore. And then we can just finally move on with our lives and like really address this TBR shelf behind me. Okay, a couple more things. Another goal for my channel is to continue to engage with other creators on booktube. So I've made a lot of friends here. Some friends have kind of disappeared, like they're not posting as much anymore, or they disappeared for a while, but now they're back, and I'm so happy that they're back. I love when we do collabs and stuff, even though I'm not the best at being an initiator of collabs, but maybe as I continue to get organized with my content, I can change that and initiate some collabs. So that could also be like a side goal when I level up. And then the last channel goal I have is just to be faster on the turnarounds for the reading vlogs, because I'd be posting them like nearly a whole month after they happened, and like I already talked about them in a wrap up, and now the vlog's coming out after. Like I just want to be faster with that, so maybe at least like a week or 2 max to churn them out, so that way they're like more fresh with what's going on. And that way also I can be on top of like trending books better when I do try to pick those up. Yeah, that's another thing. I should really try to hit those popular books a little bit more. Oh, I didn't write this one down either, but another reading goal I should add is to prioritize 2025 releases, like new releases, which is gonna be hard because I'm really trying to tackle all the stuff that I already own. But if it's on KU and it's trending and it's a new release, better believe I'm gonna do my best to read it. Honestly, hopefully we're out of this fantasy romance craze and people move on to something else, because I've just not been jiving with fantasy romance that has been coming out lately. No tea, no shade. I have liked fantasy romance in the past. It's nothing against the genre. I'm just like not in the mood for it. I don't want to force myself to read books that I'm not gonna jive with. So maybe there'll be another trend. I want to be better at like jumping in on the fun trends in 2025. So yeah, I'm very excited. A lot of big moves happening in 2025. I know sometimes a new year can be scary because life is so short and time just seems to fly by so fast, but I am truly so excited for 2025. Change can be scary, but there are great changes coming in my life, hopefully, that I'm looking forward to. And I'm just so excited to see what the future holds. And I hope we all have a wonderful year. That's all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to leave it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already. I would greatly appreciate it, and obviously it helps out my channel. And I will catch you in another video. Bye.